Thank you, Todd.
She eats well for you.
Well, that's because she's my little angel.
Things haven't been easy for you, have they?
No, not since the shooting. But I've certainly learned something. Whenever I feel it's just too much stress, why, a visit with Angela is just like some kind of a tonic. I come away refreshed and relaxed and centered.
Well, I'll give you some time alone with her.
Thank you. You do have that effect on me, you know. And you'll never know how much I need that. But with a family so close to being torn apart. God, Rich has no idea his brother wanted to kill him. The police. Sometimes I envy you. I do. You're so insulated from life's pains. And the pain sometimes is so terribly acute. The thought of how all of this is going to work out, sometimes it's just... Then I come and see you, and life becomes tolerable and meaningful again.
How is she?
Oh, well fed and ready to take a stroll. Did you see the lieutenant?
Yes.
And how did it go?
He's very tenacious, as you said. And he's very determined to prove that Thorne shot his brother.
Why do you think he's so sure?
I don't know. He has no evidence. He has no motive. But he has very good instincts, Stephanie, and all of them point right at Thorne.
I know. And the terrible thing, the nightmare, is that he's right. We have to find a way to stop him.
He's our son. Stephanie, he's our son. We have to protect him.
It isn't going to be easy, Eric.
No. No, it isn't. But I've put him on notice. I will not let him come in and try to dismantle my family. I will fight. I will fight back, Stephanie. I will not let him or anybody else try to attack my family. I will do everything I can to protect it.
Hello, Glenn. How are you?
Good, Brian. How's crime in the hills?
Well, it's pretty routine for the most part.
So what brings you down to the DA's office?
It's the Forrester shooting.
Right, Ridge Forrester. How's he doing?
Well, I understand he was released from the hospital this morning.
Lucky guy. Took one in the head and lives to tell about it?
I don't know about the lucky part.
What do you mean?
I've got a hunch I know who did it. In fact, it's more than a hunch. I'd bet on it.
I thought he was shot by a prowler.
Yeah, so does everyone else, but he wasn't. Which is why I'm here. I need a search warrant, counselor.
the bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Puffs and Puffs Plus facial tissues. We have a soft spot for noses.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it hurts about an 8. It hurts from the tissue.
Here's first aid for your nose when it's sore from too much blowing. Puffs Plus.
Feels like it has something in it.
It doesn't have a scent.
Well, it almost feels like a lotion.
Lotion, yes!
It's the first tissue with moisturizing lotion. Puffs Plus. And it's unscented.
Does it hurt?
Puffs Plus feels a lot better on my nose than other tissues do.
My nose is in the peak.
A canister vacuum doesn't have to be big to be powerful. Get Dirt Devil CanVac. CanVac is so small and light you can carry it while you clean. With Dirt Devil CanVac by Royal, you'll carry a lot of power, not a lot of weight.
I feel like doing something. The dishes? No, I want to play.
Summer's Eve. More than a little fresher, more than a little cleaner. More like yourself.
That's a start.
Summer's Eve. More like yourself.
Hi.
Donna, brought you something. What's that? Piece of chocolate fudge cake from Griffey's.
Ooh. Well, I thank you, but my waistline sure doesn't. I'll eat it out of my break.
How are things with you?
I've had better days.
Can't keep your mind on your work?
That's it.
Has Ridge called?
Nope.
And you haven't called him?
Definitely not.
I gotta hand it to you, Brooke. You are handling this like totally opposite the way that I would.
Totally opposite the way I usually would, too.
You still think you're right?
Donna, what other choice do we have? What alternative is there?
You call Ridge, he's happy to hear from you, and boom, you're back at the Forresters by tonight.
And then what?
What do you mean, and then what?
I'll tell you what. Everything goes along just fine for a couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe even a year. But you know, you have to pay for everything in life. And Ridge hasn't paid for anything for me. And he's gonna start feeling like he doesn't have anything. And then his eyes are gonna start to wander.
Brooke, isn't this purely speculative?
Sure it is. But it's also factual. I mean, how many live-in relationships do you know of that have lasted more than a year or two?
Not many, I guess.
Well, I want more than that, Donna.
But aren't you afraid that you're gonna lose everything?
Well, at least I will be saving myself a lot of heartache. All I can say is that no matter how difficult this is on me, it sure is gonna save me a lot of pain when Ridge asked me to leave because he's found a replacement.
You are amazing. I mean it, amazing.
Thanks. Now convince me I'm wrong because I'm really dying to call the guy.
Dad, I didn't hear you come in.
That's because you were so lost in your thoughts.
Well, I'm very swamped.
You know, Caroline, you said something to me yesterday.
Sure you haven't been able to get it out of your mind.
You know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Well, you wouldn't have mentioned it to me if you didn't want to talk to me about it.
You know, Dad, I've changed my mind since then. By the way, how was your date last night?
Oh, it was fine. But let's don't change the subject.
Let's do change the subject.
Honey, you deliberately drive to my apartment, knock on my door, and tell me that you're seeing a therapist. Now, obviously, you're reaching out. Please don't shut me out after that.
Dad, I'm not trying to shut you out. It's just that, you know, I've had more time to think about it, and I've decided that I'm not ready to discuss it yet.
Can I ask you one question?
No.
I suppose I don't have to. I'm sure I know the answer. Thorne went with you to the therapist, didn't he?
Thorne?
But he didn't go?
No, he didn't.
Then this isn't marriage counseling you're going for.
Look, Dad, this is
is about something very personal, okay? So please, no more questions.
Honey, look, I don't mean to badger you, but I sense I know what the problem is. This whole thing with Ridge is finally getting to you, and you're searching for some solution. Now, I don't know what your therapist is telling you or what he'll tell you in the future, but there is only one solution. And we both know what that is, don't we? Don't we, Caroline?
Where do we go from here?
We wait. And we hope.
Hope?
We hope that Lieutenant Burke decides to back off.
You know what my gut reaction is?
What?
He isn't going to back off. He's a good cop. He's determined to do his job. He's pushy and he's arrogant, but he's going to do his job. He isn't going to back off for anyone. Not you, and not me, and not anyone.
The cold that pains you most at night isn't yours. It's your child's. The sniffling, sneezing, stuffy head and coughing that keep him from resting. That's why Vicks developed this, introducing new children's NyQuil, made with the advice of pediatricians to give him all the relief he needs so he can rest, with no aspirin, no alcohol. Try new children's NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, stuffy head coughing so your child can rest medicine.
Nobody's better in cold than all-temperature cheer.
I don't intend to grow old gracefully. I intend to fight it every step of the way. I'm going to be 40 and wonderful. Wonderful with oil of Olay. It fills in for fluid you lose with time, adding fullness where your skin starts to show age. Like my first laugh lines, which weren't so funny. Oil of Olay penetrates quickly, plumps them up. Your skin looks softer, younger. I'm not budging. 40 is prime time.
Do you see rippling wheat, swirling petals, breaking waves? It's the new Kleenex foil box with a beautiful new design and the softest Kleenex tissue ever. See for yourself.
If you're tired of little mints that are made with sugar, now there's a choice. Sugar-free Certs Mini Mints, the only little mint that's sugar-free with NutraSweet and a great, cool, clean taste. Sugar-free Certs Mini Mints.
Stephanie, listen to me. I believe that what happened between our two sons in our home has nothing to do with the rest of the community. You and I both know that Thorne is no threat to society.
You don't have to convince me. What I'm simply trying to do is tell you what I'm afraid of. And I'm afraid of the lieutenant.
What I'm telling you is that I refuse to look at this as anything but a domestic problem.
But the police don't do that. And the lieutenant doesn't do that.
Well, that's their problem.
No, it isn't. It's our problem. He's making it a problem.
He can't. As long as he has no evidence, he can't.
I don't like the sound of this. This scares me.
Stephanie, I do not like it either, but I will not risk Thorne's involvement. What would anybody gain from his involvement, from his being exposed and arrested and dragged through the court system? I mean, my God, he doesn't even know he did it. Can Lieutenant Burke ensure our son's mental stability once he does remember? Does Lieutenant Burke even care?
It isn't his job to care.
And it's not our job to turn in our 26-year-old son, a son we love. It's our job to do what's best for Thorne and what's best for our family. And no one can convince me that this investigation is best for anyone.
You need a search warrant?
Yes.
What for?
The Forrester home.
The Forresters?
Yeah, the home and the grounds.
They won't give you the permission?
It's worse than that. I've been told to stay away from the grounds.
What? By whom?
By both Mr. and Mrs. Forrester.
Then, your hunch about who shot Ridge. You're saying it was a family member?
I think it was his brother, Thorne.
Wow. Be careful with this one.
You know me, Glenn, I'm always careful.
What's your evidence?
It's thin, I won't deny it, but I think I've got enough to call for a search.
What are you looking for?
The gun and some pills.
Pills?
Yeah, apparently the suspect had a sleeping pill about an hour or so before the shooting.
Well, go on.
Well, he doesn't remember much after that. In fact, nothing.
Is that possible?
Yeah, depending on what he took, plus the fact that he had a couple of drinks afterwards.
So, where's the link?
Well, the bartender says he was very upset about something.
And you're saying it had to do with his brother?
Yeah, that's what my gut tells me.
You're right. It's thin.
Glenn, I've got very strong feelings about this.
Brian, these people are the top of the ladder.
Yeah, I know that. That doesn't make them immune to crime.
It makes me a sitting duck if I get you a warrant without probable cause.
Look, I've got probable cause, and I'll have evidence and the motive.
What you have is a lot of speculation.
Glenn, you know me. I don't shoot from the hip. I wouldn't call for this search if I wasn't on solid ground.
Now, look,
cut me some slack. Do me a favor one time. Give me the search warrant.
I know what you're about to say, and it's not going to help me, so why don't you just not say it?
I can't.
Oh, Dad,
Are
please.
you giving it any thought of walking out on your marriage?
Daddy, it's none of your business.
It certainly is my business, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you do, it's going to be the biggest mistake you've ever made in your life. And I'm not going to stand around here and watch that happen. Ridge is never going to make you happy. Never!
Ridge? Who is talking about Ridge?
Well, who do you think is behind all this? And what kind of man do you think he is? Is he decent? Is he kind? Is he considerate? His brother is your husband. Ridge is just the opposite.
You know, I've heard enough of this out of you.
Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm off the track. Well, you can't do that because you know I'm not. There is no better man for you than Thorne.
Don't you think I know that? If I didn't, I would have walked out months ago.
Then why are you considering it now?
Because what I am considering now is what I need. Now, that may be Thorne and that may not be Thorne, but I can't sit on the fence any longer. I have got to resolve this. And I'm not going to do it the way you want to, or the way the Forresters want me to, or anybody else wants me to. I am, for once in my life, going to do what I want to do. And you are going to have to live with that decision no matter what it is.
Hello, Senora.
Hello, Maria. Is Ridge around?
Yes, I think he's upstairs sleeping.
Were there any phone calls for me?
Yes, I left them on your desk.
Thank you.
I'll answer that. Hello, Lieutenant Burke.
Hello, I'm here to see Mrs. Forrester.
I love to cook.
Someday I'll teach you how to make a spaghetti sauce from scratch.
I already know. You open the jar and pour it.
No, I mean the DeLuca secret sauce.
Secret?
You take the ripest tomatoes, the perfect blend of oregano, basil, garlic, and onion, and let it simmer till it's thick. Thick, thick. The thicker the better.
But that's the way ragu makes thick and hearty.
So why are we whispering?
Thank you for my dad and mommy, my friend Christina, my dog Tommy. Special blessings makes it fun to count my blessings one by one.
Special Blessings, adorable dolls who share the joy of counting blessings with your child.
I love to care for special blessings, brushing, combing, laughing, dressing. She's my best friend night and day. I love her so in every way.
Special Blessings, new from Kenner.
Don't wake him up. I'll take his blood pressure.
Fisher-Price presents The Medical Kit, complete with everything a young doctor needs to practice, including a stethoscope that really works.
I think I hear something. Oh no, one of his feet is broken. Here's the thermometer. I'll give him a shot. I'll give him a kiss to make him better.
I need a hug, too.
Oh, Dad.
The Medical Kit from Fisher-Price, because you're only young once.
Who am I? Well, some days I'm silk. Some days I'm denim. But underneath it all, I'm a woman every day. And I always want to be feminine. So I start each day fresh with Carefree. Carefree's something I do for me. Because when I'm fresh dressed, I feel more feminine. So even though some days I'm cashmere, and some days I'm cotton, I'm a woman every day. So underneath it all, I use Carefree every day.
Are you serious? You really want me to convince you to call Ridge Forrester?
Oh, I don't know, Donna. You know, this morning I was so strong, and as every hour goes by, I just get more worried.
Well, I tell you, if it was only Ridge we were dealing with, I would say, fine, make him call you. But it's more than just Ridge.
You mean Stephanie?
And Caroline, from what you've told me.
Yes, Caroline.
What's her story, anyway?
I'm not sure. But I get this distinct feeling that something happened between her and Ridge while I was away in Chicago.
And your first day back, you move out? Oh, Brooke, your timing is stellar.
Well, if it's Caroline he wants, I mean, if that's what he truly wants, then he can go
toss
and
her
have
to
her.
him like a steak to a lion. Of course he'll take her.
I didn't exactly toss her to him.
You moved out as she was making her move. What kind of strategy is that? Brooke, I really have to wonder if you love this guy.
Of course I love him.
Then fight for him. Fight Stephanie and Caroline and anyone else. You don't move out, for God's sake.
Donna, this is not high school. I'm not going to go clawing these women for my man.
Fine. You do it your way. Caroline makes her move, you turn your back. Stephanie shows you the door, walk out. What was it you said, Brooke? You have to pay for what you want? Well, it seems to me you don't want to pay very much for an awful lot of Ridge Forrester.
Maria. Lieutenant, I might have known.
Hello, Mrs. Forrester.
You know, these visits of yours are beyond being tiresome.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I haven't meant to impose.
That's all, Maria. Good. Then if you'd be kind enough just to step back, I won't hit your nose when I close the door in your face.
Don't do that, please.
I beg your pardon?
Don't shut the door.
Are you giving me orders in my own home?
This search warrant authorizes us to search your home.
What?
This is a search warrant, Mrs. Forrester, and it gives us the authorization to search your home.
For what?
For a .32 caliber pistol used in the shooting of Ridge Forrester, and for sleeping pills of the type and kind taken by Thorne Forrester.
May I see them?
You can keep that copy.
And if I choose to disregard these pieces of paper?
Then we are authorized to forcibly enter your home. If you try to obstruct us, we'll arrest you.
Thank you for the legal advice. You mind if I call my husband?
For what reason?
So he can call our attorney.
You realize what'll happen if you...
And I'm sure that you realize, as I do, that I'm not stupid. And I am not going to tamper or damage any kind of evidence.
We do understand each other. Make your call, Mrs. Forrester. We'll wait right out here.
Oh, you've got a sore throat.
Hello. Would you like to buy a nifty handy lip?
You've got a cough.
Hello. Would you?
Put your throat on nice. Nice showers your throat with real medicine, cooling your sore throat pain and coughs pleasantly, so you can have
Hello. Would you like to buy a vacuum cleaner?
no thank you. A nice day.
Some hefty users are a little rougher than others, so no wonder they put a super strong strap on the hefty cinch sack. Hefty cinch sack. Forget wimpy bags. Get cinch sack with the hefty strap, the super strong super cinch.
Good posture. You don't think about it, but you could lose it. 4 out of 5 women don't get enough calcium. That's why we made Posture Calcium Supplement. Eat right, exercise, and take Posture now to help assure good posture later.
Get set for out-of-this-world adventure as Snoopy and the Peanuts gang soar to new heights. Travel back to the future in the NASA space station. Part 4 of This Is America, Charlie Brown, Friday. It's Kathy, Irving, and Andrea. Hot romance on a comic vacation. America's most popular gal on an all-new Kathy's Last Resort. Friday at 8:30.
Join us again for The Bold and the Beautiful.
Be tempted.
By blackmail.
Some choice. Stay married to you or see Josh go to prison.
If your lover hadn't attacked me, you'd be